Greetings and salutations, friends! It's time for the best of three. Today begins a new batch of the best of three. The theme? Trilogies. That I have never played before. Tim, you've played most of these before. All but 3 of them. Oh. I get it. I'm gonna act like I planned it that way. Now, let's get this party started with Tomb Raider, The Last Revelation. As you may or may not know, honesty is my policy. And I may or may not have said this before. I can't remember because I have to keep a steady flow of Benadryl to keep the voices in check. So if I have said it, I apologize. This was my first Tomb Raider experience as a child. I owned it, but I didn't play it that much. Why? Because I didn't like it. Because I was 9. Or 900. I don't remember. But I assure you, in terms of wizard age, 900 is basically 9 years old. And because I was still playing Spyro the Dragon and the other Spyro games. Alright, now that we've cleared the air, I beat this game for only 30 minutes of gameplay. I gotta say something real quick first. 2 things real quick. 1, I really like how a lot of these older games are getting remasters and stuff. Just so people can play them and enjoy them, because they can be kind of hard to get a hold of now. So, yeah. And 2, what the f is that? And there's army men for some reason. I don't own the original anymore, so I can't take a look at it, but I have a feeling that with the old-timey graphics, these were just put there because they knew no one would be able to tell what the hell they were. But now that things are clear, there's a picture and there's army men. I bet they're a reference to something. Isn't there an army men game? Yes? Where was I? Ah, yes. You do have the option to swap to the diarrhea graphics if you want, but not for that opening cutscene, so I can't, yeah. And you can swap to modern controls if you want. I want. But for the purposes of this 30-minute trial, I didn't. I kept them the same, and it took me 15 minutes to make this jump. No, I'm not kidding. And don't get me wrong, I like nice informative tutorial levels when they're needed. I don't like it, however, when they say stuff like, hit the action button. What button is that? The PlayStation doesn't have an action button, it has shapes. Also, I will say that after playing the remaster of the first 3 last year, I now notice that Tomb Raider does in fact have a theme song. And it's kind of neat. And I kind of do want to know what the hell is going on. It's getting there, man. And it definitely expanded upon later. Next is Tomb Raider Chronicles. Would you like to know a secret? I had no idea this game even existed. Pinky swear, it even has its own made-up language. Tim, that's just French. I know, that's what I said. Made-up language. The entire opening sequence of this game is 90s as fuck. Fudge. Still don't know how Skynet likes bad words. I honestly didn't really do all that much besides do tutorial stuff like jumping and walking on a rope, and I died to a dog, which was a little frustrating. Needless to say, I do want to know what the hell is going on. It's getting a meh. But it definitely expanded upon later. And finally, once again, we have Tomb Raider, Angel of Darkness. I remember when I first saw that there was another remaster of Tomb Raider games. I was very confused at the time because, as I said before, I didn't know Chronicles existed. And I only knew about Tomb Raider, The Last Revelation. So I saw that and thought to myself, what are the other two games? Even though she's right on the cover. Even after playing it and loading it up, I was like, there's no way. No way. They remastered the one everyone doesn't like. But they did. And how it be for only 30 minutes of gameplay? Well, is it still Angel of Darkness? Yes. Do it control any better? Sorta. Although I still don't think you should have grip strength. Swapping the graphics in this game doesn't really make that bit... Swapping the graphics in this game doesn't really make that big of a difference, so there's no real reason to do it. And I'm not being clever or silly. I'm not zooming into her butt on purpose. I genuinely didn't know how to get on my stomach. It took me forever. Yes. As I said before with tutorials, it's neat when they have them and they're good, but she says stuff like, hit the stealth button. The PlayStation only has shapes. It's getting a not all shit. But I definitely expand upon later. Because I have to know, how bad do it really be? And I will say I will be playing both of them at the same time to see if there truly be a difference. I have to keep playing at this point. I'm locked in. This one's going to Angel of Darkness. Why? Not because it was the goodest or the funnest, but because it did the impossible. It was a game that everyone hated, and it still got a remaster that's a little more okie dokie than the original. So congratulations. Games that need a remake or remaster. Aliens vs. Predator Extinction. Now I tested out and played this game in the best of 3 and had to cast my previous memories to the wayside. But I don't have to do that now. It needs some kind of re-release of some sort. It's too good not to. It's a RTS game that's only for the consoles. But it was made to be on the console, so it's okie dokie. It's just, if you like that kind of thing, you... And I will say it until my head explodes. If Bubsy, Croc, and now Angel of Darkness have a remaster, there is no excuse for anything not to have a remaster. This video is brought to you by me because I made it and my Patreon supporters. If you like what I do, wish to support me, it's only $2. I post stuff there pretty early, and I have exclusive shenanigans from time to time. As always, I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Bye.